Oh, that's hot. Hello, class 4. Today's writing lesson then. We're going to move on. We are finishing writing to inform, where you've been writing some facts about Peter Brown, writing a biography. And we're now going to move back to writing to entertain. So you're going to make people entertained. You're going to entertain them. You're going to do that by making them laugh, making them cry, making them get excited. So far we have written stories to entertain people. You've also done some poetry in our class already this year. So that's what we're going to focus on for the next, probably the rest of this week and next week. We're going to be doing some poetry, and sticking with the wild robot theme, we're going to be doing some robot poems. So today we're going to have a look at some different robot poems that I have found. They're very good, by the way. Robots are a good topic to construct poetry about. Lots of funny ones today, mainly funny ones. So we're going to have a look at them. And all I want you to do today, so what you're going to learn today is I want you to learn to recognize the structure of a poem. So how's a poem set out? It looks very different from a biography, from an information report, from a story. Poems have got their own unique structure. And the good thing about poems is that there kind of isn't really any rules to them. You can set them up any way you like, but there are a few common features that most poems have. We'll have a look at them in a second. So that's your first thing you're going to learn. You're going to learn to recognize the structure of poems. And then what I want you to learn to do today is to read poems out loud. Read poems out loud. So whether that's you reading them out loud or an adult in your home reading them out loud, a lot of poems are designed and written to be performed almost, to be read out loud. So we'll have a look at how we do that. And finally, I want you to just tell me your opinions on poems. Your opinion is whether you like something or you don't like it, which is fine. Not everybody likes the same things. So your opinion matters today. So 3 things: what do poems look like? Read them out loud, and give me your thoughts, your opinions on these poems. But don't just say, I like it, I don't like it. I want to know why you like it or why you do not like it. So let's have a look at how you access your work. We've got new things going on now. We had a bit of a staff meeting yesterday, and we've become experts at using TeacherMade. So let's have a look at how you get onto TeacherMade. You get on it the same way as normal. So let's go to your email. So you'll get this email. Well, you'll already have opened it today because you'll be watching this video. So when you open this email, here you go. Today, you'll be learning to recognize the structure of poems, read poems out loud, and give your opinions on poems like I've just been through. So to do this, number 1, watch the video. Well, you're doing that now, so you must already have clicked on that link. And then you're going to complete the task. You're going to complete the task. And it's on an app called TeacherMade. Now, you can just click on it now and it'll open it. But what I want you to try and do now is to right-click. And if you open it in a new window, that means that you don't lose your purple mash. So if I just quickly close a few of these tabs, here we go. I'll leave the Zoom one open because it might stop my recording. So if I right click on that and open a new tab, then it opens the work here. So here's your email. And if you click on this one, you've got your robot poems. Email, robot poems. So any links, if you right click and open in a new tab, that will mean you can still just flick between your work, your emails, your work, your emails, without having to go back and forward. So when you click on that link, you'll be asked to enter your name. You'll be asked to enter your name. It doesn't matter if you put your first name, both names, just please don't make up a name like some funny people have decided to do. Very amusing, but no, thanks. So before we look at these robot poems, just pause the video and just see if you can remember any poems that you have already written. Pause and see if you can think of any poems you've already written. Okay, good. Can you remember any? The one that sticks in my mind is when we were doing our work on World War II, when you wrote a Blitz poem with those beautiful describing words, trying to set the tone, the atmosphere of what it must have been like living in the Blitz. I remember you did that one. So let's have a look at these robot ones. Enter your name. I'm going to put Mr. B. Start. this is what you will see. Okay, so we've got a poem here, and we've got a little box. Now, whenever you see a box on these teacher-made worksheets, that means you can click on it and you can type. So what you've got the Naughty Robot poem. You've got My Robot Does My Homework. You've got buttons. Looks a bit, you might have to zoom in. Yeah, you can still read that, that's fine. You've got buttons. You've got Robot Rabbit. And you've got My Robot Died. So you're going to read these poems out loud. I'll do the first one for you, because that's your first thing, is to read it out loud. Before we do, let's have a look at how they're set out, because they've got some things in common. So here we go. My Robot's Misbehaving. What does it look like? Have a look at how it's set out. It seems to have these weird, strange mini paragraphs. So pause the video. What can you remember about what those weird little mini paragraphs are called in poems? Okay, hopefully you'll remember that they're called verses. So poems are not in paragraphs, they're in verses. So we have 1, 2, 3. This poem here is 4 verses long. 4 verses, and each verse has got some lines. So you've got lines, individual lines, put them together in a chunk, they make up a verse. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 verses, 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. So this poem is set out 4 verses, 4 lines. Okay? And if you'll notice when you read it, my robot's misbehaving, it won't do as I say, it will not dust the furniture or put my toys away. Now, this is a rhyming poem. So which lines rhyme? So which lines rhyme? My robot's misbehaving, it won't do as I say, it will not dust the furniture or put my toys away. So which lines rhyme? Hopefully you'll have noticed that it is line 2 and line 4. So that's the structure of this poem in a nutshell. You have got 4 verses, 4 lines, and lines 2 and 4 rhyme. We'll do a bit more work on that tomorrow, but just have a think each time you go through, what does it look like? What do the verses and lines look like? How is it structured? So how is it set out? 4 verses, 4 lines. So let's read it out loud. So we've recognized the structure. Now let's read it out loud. Here we go. My robot's misbehaving. It won't do as I say. It will not dust the furniture or put my toys away. My robot never helps me with homework or my chores. It doesn't do my laundry and neglects to clean my floors. It claims it can't cook dinner. It never makes my bed. No matter what I ask of it, it simply shakes its head. My robot must be broken. I'll need to get another. Until that day, I have to say, I'm glad I've got my mother. Love it. Brilliant. Very good. Very, very good. So when you read it out loud, I've already read it once in my head, and then I read it out loud, because the worst thing you can do is start reading a poem and then get stuck on a word. So make sure you read it once in your head, asking your adults for help to see if there's any words that you can't read. And once you're happy with all the words, you've read it once, then practice reading it out loud. With the rhyming words, you say them with a bit of intonation, you increase your volume towards the end. My robot's misbehaving, it won't do as I say, it will not dust the furniture or put my toys away. So just get a bit of intonation, change in volume, change in tone on the rhyming words. Okay, so I know what it looks like. I know it's got 4 lines and 4 verses, and the second and fourth lines rhyme. I've read it in my head. I've read it out loud. So did you like this poem? Yes. And why? Yes, because it made me laugh. Yes, because it made me laugh. And I wish I had a robot to do my chores. That's why I liked it. Yes, because it made me laugh. I also liked the way, move my little screen here. I also like the way lines 2 and 4 rhymed. Boom, done it. So I like this poem and why. Which verse did you like best? Okay. Let's have another look. It won't just the furniture, put my toys away. Shows neglects to clean my floors. I like this one. It claims it can't cook there. So I like verse 3 because I like verse 3. Hello, Mrs. Richardson. I'm doing my video, yes. Do you want to come and say hello? Mrs. Richardson's come to say hello, and she's going to tell me which verse she likes best as well. Here we go. Hi, Mrs. Richardson.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Crespo.
So we're looking at robot poems, and they've got to tell me which verses they like best. So recognizing the structure and then choosing verses. So I think I like verse 3. It's very funny, this one. It claims it can't cook dinner. It never makes my bed. No matter what I ask of it, it simply shakes its head.
Oh, I like that one.
It's a good one, isn't it? So I like verse 3. But why do I like it? Well, I like it because it made me imagine a robot shaking its head when I ask it to do something. So I have given my opinion on the poem, and I've chosen a verse I like best. So your task now, boys and girls, is to read the next 1, 2, 3, 4 poems and do exactly what I've just done. Look at the structure. How many verses, how many lines? Does it rhyme? Read it in your head, read it out loud, and then fill in the boxes. Good luck and enjoy.